look at the men, the U.S. men sprinting, the 1, the 2, and the 4.
Okay.
They got 6 medals already. They have a chance to get a 7th, maybe even an 8th.
Well, they haven't run the 4 yet.
I know. They have 6 so far.
Okay.
And then they might either get a 7th or 8th in the 400 with Champion Allison and Michael Norman.
Gotcha.
So they're going to get somewhere between 6 to 8.
Yeah.
The women, 0 in the 100, 0 in the 200. They're not getting any in the 400. The highest finish is Abby Steiner, a collegiate, getting 5th.
Yeah.
What is the reason for that? Why are the men able to
Jamaica?
I mean, it's Jamaica. Yeah, you can say it's Jamaica, but
Well, how many medals are Jamaican men getting in the 100, the 200, and the 400?
No. There's still Dina Asher-Smith here who got a medal. I mean, there's not. I don't think Jamaica's sweeping the 400. You know, it's Shawnee Miller-Weibo.
They got 5. So the U.S. got 6. So the 1 and the 2 for the men, and they went 5 of 6. It's pretty damn close.
I guess, how do the U.S. women find a way to not get shut out in the 3 marquee sprint events?
Only the secret sprint events I don't know about, besides the 1 and the 2 and the 4.
Well, the 400 hurdles.
Look, it's just this stuff's cyclical, right? Another couple of years, the shoe could be on the other foot. But the 400 is a different scenario where you have like the best 400-meter women right now are competing in other events, and it's like it's too much to ask. People get greedy, man. People are like, I want to see world record performances in the 400-meter hurdles, but I also want the U.S. 400 women to be out of this world and winning gold medals. It's like there's only, even in a country as big as the United States, there's only so much top level talent that's there. For the 1 and the 2, I just think it's a kind of a transition time, if you could say. But put that aside, it's just you have these 3 all-time greats up there in the event, and they're not going anywhere. It's not
going to break down that wall.
Yeah, when you go, and it's probably the same way the men's competitors are looking at the men's field. Although for the men, it's newer names, and you cycle in 3 different ones. But how confident would you feel knowing, okay, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Shericka Jackson, Elaine Thompson are in this 100-meter final, and then there's also Dina Asher-Smith in there too, and all these other veterans. Like, I don't like the U.S. ran in the 1 and the 2. The women I thought ran well. Like I thought
the U.S. women,
I thought they ran well. I mean, also the other part of this too is the best 200-meter runner coming back from last year, the medalist, Gabby Thompson, got hurt. So you have to factor that in. But I thought, 5-6 today, and then in the 100, what were they? Hobbs was 4, yeah?
No, Hobbs maybe 5th or 6th.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, I'm sure that's not what they wanted because they want medals and they're not happy with. Well, I mean, it's not. You don't get a consolation prize. Okay, I guess Hobbs was 6 and Jefferson was 8. I don't know. I want to give credit where credit's due. Tip of the cap to Jamaica. You're not getting medals right now. So,
and I'm not trying to. I'm just like, what would American is it going to be?
Run faster.
Oh, well, obviously they need to run faster. But do you think will beat these Jamaican trio, or do you think it's going to be they need to retire before America has a shot at being back on?
No. They can beat them. I mean, throw Thomas in there next year, or Steiner not having a 55 races ahead of her. She can get in there for sure. In the 100, there's a lot of talent there that can take advantage. I mean, everybody's a dominant force until they're not, right? But right now, Jamaica's just completely on another level on the women's side of things because they have 3 people that they can count on every single time to produce, 5 out of the 6 medals. I mean, you go back to Tokyo last year, right? Like, and then you had Thompson Rod doubling in the 200. You didn't have Shericka Jackson in there, so they're not perfect, but they're pulling up sweeps and they're getting 2 out of 3. It's just there's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot there to figure out other than just they're either going to need to slow down a lot or the U.S. is going to need to get way faster. And when you talk about getting faster off of an all-time mark, it's like, go out there and run 21.3 and you can win. Right? Well, that's not possible right now. It's not. So they're doing the best they can. I don't think it's anything structural or anything like that. It's just the way it broke this year. And you average it out with men and women, and you're like, all right, well, it seems about the right medal distribution, doesn't it? For both Jamaica and U.S. It's like,
well, but that's it is interesting though. It's just complete utter dominance for the men on U.S. side, complete utter dominance for the women on the Jamaican side, and it's just like it's very ones and zeros here. There's not a lot of parity. It's just very all or nothing.
Yeah, but again, if Thomas was here, if Steiner didn't have as many races, I mean, just like Clark, I think running. What did she get? Tamara Clark getting 6th. It's a good result.
Yeah,
like there's good results. Like you can't base. I know it's all binary here, medal or no medal, or win or loss, but if you told Clark at the beginning of the year she's going to get 6th at Worlds, I think she takes it. Yeah. Steiner, I think she takes getting 5th. At Worlds,
yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, Clark and Steiner are more. They're not established vets. They're still new to the game. Sure. It's just like looking back at it's interesting to. It's just an observation I have.
Well, I think
it's an observation. I'm just observing, bro.
I think there's clearly like an era transition, right? But that would probably be irrelevant anyway because no one is going to beat. There's 3 in the 100. No one's going to beat those 3. So, all right, maybe you get 4th instead of 6th or something, or maybe you just sneak in a bronze every now and then. Let's talk about the men's.